Welcome back to US Grit Baseball. This is my 10-year-old son Rocco, and we're getting ready to face off in a pool play game versus the Arsenal 10U team. This is our third game of pool play. You play 4 games here, and the top 8 teams advance to bracket play on Monday. So we gotta perform here so that we can have a chance to compete for the championship on Monday. We'll get started here in a minute. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go Grit. All right, we're getting ready to start here. Herrera in to pitch the top of the first for Grit. Arsenal up to bat. This again is a pool play game, and Herrera starts out with the ball just outside and low. We've got to place 8th or better in pool play to move on to bracket play. So these pool play games are important because there's no guaranteed bracket play in this tournament. Thank you once again for tuning into US Grit Baseball. We do appreciate your support. Mason Herrera finds a strike there, bringing the count to 1-1. If you do see anything that you like in this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment, tell us what you think, and share our videos. Help us push to 500 subscribers. Herrera comes set for a 1-1, and that finds the strike zone and is hit. A little chopper, tough play. Herrera picks it up, throws. No, he eats it. No play at first. So the swinging bunt earns that young man an infield single. There he is. Nice job, young man. Let's go. Runner on first now, no outs. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Runner goes, and he's going to be safe there just barely. Christopher coming in with a catch and tag kind of in one motion, but just late. So 0-1 pitch to this batter, and that is swung on in the air in the gap in right center field. Jax goes to cut it off, but misses. That is going to score 1 run. Jax throws into 2. And he's going to get him there at second base. So Jax is able to salvage an out there. We've got 1 out, but Arsenal strikes first. 1-0, Grit down. New batter now, bases empty. First pitch is strike 1, outside corner. Herrera comes set, 0-2 pitch, and that is hit. And that's going to get over Christopher's head into right field for a single. Nice hit, young man. Number 21, good swing. All right, runner on first, 1 out. Herrera comes set, new batter. I think he called strike 1, and they get him at 2. No, the ball comes out. They had him, but the ball came out, so he's going to be safe there. Okay, Herrera, here's a 2-2. Swung on, hit in the air. Eden calls it and grabs it, and the runner's going to have to hold there at second base. So that is 2 outs. Good job, Eden, and way to communicate there, boys. Let's go. Here comes the 1-1 from Herrera. Swung on, hit in the air. Christopher going back, and he gets underneath it, makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So Grit gives up 1 in the top of the first. Let's go hit, boys. All right, Herrera stepping in to lead off for Grit. First pitch, inside, ball 1. Mason in a 3-1 here. Swung on, hit a chopper. It gets through the infield, so Mason's going to be on that infield ground ball. It looked like nobody really got to it. Good job, Mason. Way to go. Mason Doyle still waiting for his first pitch, and here it is. Swung on, hit in the air, and underneath it is right field, who makes the catch, and Mason Herrera gets back safely. I think he was moving on the pitch, so fortunately that one hung up in the air long enough for him to get back. 1 down. All right, Eden looking for his first pitch, and here it comes. That one is up for ball 1. Herrera goes, and he's going to be in there safely to second base. Good job. All right, Eden stepping in now. 1-0 count. And the pitch swung on, hit well to center field, and that's going to be down right in front of me. Center fielder coming to the fence to pick it up, throws it in to second, and Herrera's going to score, tying the game on this long single from Eden. Good hit, young man. Way to go. All right, Gummy Bear, Saya stepping in. Eden on first base, 1 out. Tie game now, and he sees strike 1 on the outside corner. Here comes the 0-1 to Saya. He swings and turns on it to third base, who gets the out at second base on the dive. What a play there from the third baseman. Nice job, 22. 2 outs, tie game. Gavin stepping in now. He is right behind the pitcher, but he swings and fouls that first pitch off into the adjacent field for strike 1. Saya on first, 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, and it's off the shortstop's glove, so Gavin's going to get to first, and it's going to be first and second with 2 outs now. Here we go. So Eden running for Saya here. The 0-1 delivery is down in the dirt to the backstop. Eden goes 3, and he's going to be safe there standing up, and Gavin follows him into second base. So second and third now with 2 outs. All right, Levi stepping back in. 2-1. Swung on, hit on the ground, and fielded by the shortstop, thrown over to first base. and that's going to be the third out of the inning. So Grit puts up a lot of pressure, but only scores one. Tie game going into the second. Let's go. All right, tie game, top of second. Herrera back into pitch. First pitch is outside, ball one. Come set, the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by Gavin, thrown over to first base for out number one. Good play, Gavin. Way to go, one down. All right, one out, nobody on. First pitch to the new batter. Swung on, hit in the air. Eden going underneath it and does make the catch. Attaboy Eden, that's two down on two pitches. That's efficiency, good job Herrera. Let's go. All right, Herrera comes set, new batter. First pitch is hit in the air again. Levi's underneath it. And there you go. So Herrera had a 3-pitch inning. Way to go, kid. That is great efficiency. Let's go score some runs. Grit, here we go. Sorry for the sirens. Jack's the Axe stepping in, and he hits a ground ball on the first pitch to the second baseman who fields it. Throws it over to the first for the first out of the inning on one pitch, and that's going to bring up Austin. All right, Austin up now. First pitch to him is swung on and missed, strike one. All right, Austin back in, 2-2 count now. Pitcher comes set and pitches, finds the outside corner for strike three. Austin goes down looking, 2 outs. All right, Rocco in there, ready to hit now. I think he's using someone else's icon, and that first pitch is blown away, ball one. Full count now to Rocco. And the pitch is swung through on the curveball. He goes down swinging, that's 3 outs. So Arsenal answers back with their own 1-2-3 inning. Grit needs 3 outs, let's go. All right, Mason Herrera back out to pitch the third. First pitch is a strike, hit to center field. Jack's back underneath it and makes the catch. Not great camera work, great catch though, Jack's. That's 1 out, way to go. All right, 1 down for Mason. First pitch, the new batter. Swung on, hit on the ground. Tough play, fielded by Doyle, thrown to first. Way to go, I think he barehanded that. Nice play, Mason Doyle, attaboy. All right, 2 outs now. First pitch to the new batter. Off the plate, ball one. All right, Mason now in a 3-2 count. And the pitch is off the plate for ball 4, so he issues a walk there. And runner on first base. All right, runner on first now, 2 outs. New batter, Mason Herrera comes set. Pitches, and that's hit on the ground and foul. All right, Herrera comes set. The 0-1 is outside. Runner goes, and Saya has trouble getting it out of his glove. Throws it into center field, but Jax backs it up nicely. Runner takes second base. Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air, high, over to shortstop where Gavin does haul it in for the third out of the inning. So Herrera puts up another 0. Still a tie game going into the bottom of the third. Let's go. All right, Christopher in now to hit. First pitch to him is swung on, hit on the ground to the pitcher who picks it up, none bobbles it. So Christopher is going to make it to first base on the little comebacker, and Grit starts off with a base runner. Let's go. All right, pitcher comes set. First pitch to Herrera is down and away, ball 1, and Christopher takes second base safely. Ball into center field, but backed up okay, and so he'll hold there. Nice job. All right, Herrera in for a 2-0 pitch now, and there it is, and he does bunt, and they throw 3, and he's going to be safe there. So they give up the out and try to get the lead runner, and Christopher beats it. So we got first and third at the corners. Here we go. Here's the 0-0 to Doyle, high, and Herrera takes second base. They throw to the shortstop, but Christopher doesn't bite, so we got second and third now with no outs. All right, Doyle in to see a 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right at me, and that is off the top of the fence and caught off the top of the fence. No, that's not a catch. Oh my gosh. Okay, nobody knew what to do there. That doesn't count as a catch. It's just a live ball off the top of the fence. I don't know. Is it a home run off the yellow? I think that depends on their rule set. I'm not sure. So umpire is going to talk about it. All right, umpires got together and determined it's just a live ball in this rule set. And Eden is up now, and he pokes one into center field, and that's going to drop. It's going to score at least 1. Rounding second, no, going to hold there on the throw home. So Eden has a 1-run single, and bases stay loaded with no outs. Saya stepping in now. No outs, bases loaded. And they pick to first. That's a balk. There's no pick to first, fake to third. So he faked to first there. I'm sorry, there's no fake to first, pick to third. So he faked to first, balked in a run. We got second and third now. Grit goes up 3-1. Saya looking for his first pitch now, and he sees it here. Swings and hits that, and it is stopped by the shortstop. He picks it up, throws one for out number 1, but that does score another run. So Grit is up 4-1 now on the productive out from Saya. Way to go. All right, Gavin stepping in now. First pitch to him is up for ball 1. Here's the 1-2 to Gavin. Swung on and hit well, and that gets through into right field. That's going to get all the way to the fence, so that's going to score 1 more. Gavin going 2. They pick up the ball, throw 2, and he's going to be there safely. Good hit, Gavin. Nice double. Scores another run. Let's go. All right, Levi the kid stepping in here. He swings and fouls that for, oh no, hits that first one up, out of play. Yep, fouls it off. Levi stepping back up. 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Past the catcher, Gavin goes 3, and he's going to be in there safely with a nice little pop-up slide. Levi stepping back in now. 1-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. Swung on, hit on the ground, and foul. No, I'm sorry, he missed it. That was strike 3 by the catcher. I thought he got a piece of it, so he strikes out but reaches first anyway. Good job. That scores another run. Jack stepping in now. Levi on first. They pick, and Levi is... Yep, I think he's out. Unless they missed the tag. Yeah, he's definitely out. Levi was fooled there. Oof. Jack stepping in. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, hit well. Over the second baseman's head. That's going to get all the way to the fence as well. They pick it up and throw it in. Jax is at 2. And he's going to be in there safely. Ball goes by to third base. Nice hit, Jax. Way to go, kid. Austin stepping in. Jax on second base. First pitch to him is fooled, and he goes for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 to Austin. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Jack's going 3, and he's going to be there safely, slipping into third base. All right, Austin stepping in. 2-2 count. They pick to third, and he's back safely. They call him out. I don't know about that. But I guess Jax got picked. Okay, here we go. I asked Jax. Jax said he beat that by a lot. So here we go. Top of 4. Mason Doyle into pitch now, hopefully to close out this game and earn Grit its second win of pool play. All right, here we go. First pitch from Mason Doyle. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Good pitch. Doyle back on the slab. 1-1 pitch coming in. Swung on, hit in the gap, and that's going to get to the fence. Jax running to pick it up. Run around heading for second. Ball in, and he's going to have himself a double. Nice hit, number 21. Good job. Here comes the 0-2. Down in the dirt, off of Saya to the backstop. Runner going 3, and he's going to be in there safely. All right, Doyle now, 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to left field. Rocco bodies it up and gets it in. All right, so that young man has an RBI single. Nice hit. And... Arsenal cuts the lead by 1. All right, runner on first now, still no outs. First pitch from Doyle is swung on and missed, strike 1. They throw to 2, and ball comes in right as the runner gets there, and he's safe. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit well to left field. Back goes Rocco, and it's over his head. And he's gonna get into second base there with a double, and that did nope, that other runner's on third base. All right, here we go. Mason Doyle back set. 3-2 pitch again for the third time this at bat here. Knuckleball in the dirt, ball 4. So Doyle walks the bases loaded. Still no outs. Grit up by 4, so that brings the tying run to the plate. All right, bases loaded. First pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. But that is going to be off the fence, out of play for a foul ball there. Strike 1. I moved, and the umpire moved again, so stuck for this pitch. Here's the 1-1 from Doyle, and that's poked on the ground. Throws 4, and they get the out there, so they cut him down at the plate, save the run, and get the first out of the inning. Good job. All right, bases loaded, 1 out now. First pitch to the new batter from Doyle. Swung on, hit in the air, and that is going to get down. That's going to score 1, 2 at least. And they're going 4. That gets by Saya, but the runner's going to hold. So that's a 2-run double. It cuts the lead in half. 6-4 now. Grit up by 2. All right, Doyle back into pitch here. First pitch to the new batter is up for ball 1. 3-1 pitch here. Inside and around him, and we're gonna have bases loaded again with 1 out. Here's the 3-1. High, ball 4. That walks in a run. It makes it 5-6. US Grit. All right, after Mason Doyle struggled to find the strike zone, Gavin is in to try to get 2 more outs here and get Grit out of this. They cling to a 1-run lead, but bases are loaded and there is 1 out. So first pitch from Gavin is swung on and fouled into the umpire, strike 1. Here comes the 0-2 from Gavin. Little breaking ball is poked into center field. That's gonna at least tie the game. Jax throws home, and that's gonna hold him to 1 run, but the game is tied at 6 now, still 1 out. All right, Gavin trying to get out of this still. 1 out, bases loaded. First pitch to the new batter. High, ball 1, off the backstop. Everybody holds. Okay, Gavin back to work. 1-1 count here. Swung on, hit in the air. Should be catchable. Jax is in to catch it, throws home, and off of Gavin's glove. Okay, so everybody holds. So that's 2 outs. Score stays tied. Good job, Jax. Good job, Gavin. Let's get 1 more. Here's the 0-1. Inside, over his head. Ooh, almost hit him and gave them the go-ahead run there, but he ducked underneath it. All right, here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air, and that's going to be down in front of Austin. That's going to score the go-ahead run. Austin throws late, and that's going to score 2. I don't understand what happened there. I should have kept the eye there, but 2-run score on that single. And Grit down by 2 now. New pitch here, 2 strikes. Swung on, hit in the air. Jax going back and makes the play. Attaboy, Jax, way to go. All right, let's go hit, Grit. We got to make up for that. Let's go. All right, Grit down by 2 here. Needing to score some runs this inning. This probably, I'm not sure exactly the time we started, but it's getting close to the end, so this could be their last chance. All right, here comes the 1-2. Curveball again, strike 3 on Austin, 1 down. Rocco using someone else's dub bat. Hopefully this will work for him. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Rocco stepping back in now, 2-2 count. And the pitch, and he gets a piece of it, but back to the pitcher. They throw to first, and he's gonna be put out there. So he can't get on base, and Grit might be down to its last out. All right, Christopher stepping in now, 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch is inside corner, strike 1. The 0-2, and he reaches and pokes that one, and it is caught by the right fielder. So that is 3 outs, and I don't know if that's ball game. We'll have to see. All right, Gavin in now. First pitch, up for ball 1. Gavin wind up, the 1-0. Swung on, jammed. Gavin goes to field it, plants, and fires a bullet over to Levi for the first out. Great play, Gavin, 1 down. All right, new batter. 0-0 pitch, up and away, ball 1. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle, off the base, so that's gonna be a single from that young man. Nice hit, number 22. Here we go, 1 down. Here's the first pitch from Gavin, runner goes, they throw, and he's gonna be safe there. Good backup from Christopher, good job. Here's the 1-1, nope. Oh, they got him. They got him in a pickle. And there we go. So they're able to get him out. Good job, Gavin. Takes that runner down. We got 2 now. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Charged by Herrera, thrown over. And they got him at first base. What a play that was. Holy cow. All right, Grit has a chance now. I think we're about out of time, but they get to hit. Let's go see if they can walk it off. Let's go. Okay, Grit with the chance here. Top of the order, Herrera stepping in, first pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 1. All right, Herrera up, 3-2 pitch. That one is up, ball 4, so he works a walk, and that's gonna bring the tying run to the plate in Mason Doyle. Doyle waiting for his first pitch after 3 pick attempts, and here it is. And he hits that well into center field. So that's gonna be a base hit, and Herrera into second base. Nice hit, Doyle, first and second now, and the winning run is gonna come to the plate. Here we go. All right, no outs. Eden steps up to the plate representing the game-winning run. New pitcher in. First pitch to Eden is inside, ball 1. Runners moving. up one base. Good job, second and third. So now the tying run is on second base. Let's go. All right, Eden stepping in. 3-1 count here. And the pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. And to the second baseman. And Eden's going to be out at first base, but that does move one across. Cuts the lead in half to 1 run and brings up Saya. So they intentionally walk both Saya and Gavin to get to Levi, load the bases, 1 out. And he sees strike 1 on the front. Here comes the 0-1 to Levi. Swung on and hit well into the gap. So that's going to tie the game at least. And Saya's going to hold at third base. Attaboy, Levi. Way to hit a good one. Tie game with the winning run on third base. Let's go. All right, Jackson now with a chance to walk it off, win the game. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch to him. Swung on, hit on the ground. And thrown home where they get him. And wow. I don't think they like the call. I wish I realized where the ball was. I couldn't see. That brings in Austin. Austin walked off one game with a mercy rule run. Let's see if he can do it with the game winning run. First pitch to him is swung on and fouled to the backstop, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 to Austin. Swung on and hit well, and it gets down, and no play, and that's gonna score the game winning run. Austin walks it off with a little bloop over to shortstop, and Grit wins a tight one. What a game that was. So Grit goes to 2-1 on pool play and has a good chance to make it to bracket play game. Attaboy, Austin, nice hit. Way to go. Too much pressure, way to go, boys. Thank you all so much for watching. What an exciting game that was. Give us a like for that one. Please like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Tell us about it. We'd love to see it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. We've got another game later today. It'll be posted next Sunday or Wednesday, whichever one this isn't. Peace.